All right, let's do a little bit more shop setup configuration. Let's go and do the checkout options over here. Customize checkout, you could upload your logo if you want. It's here nor there, it doesn't really make too much difference. Accounts are optional. Accounts are optional, that's kind of the best option. So returning customers can come back and log in again and more easily complete their purchase, but you don't want to acquire it. You don't want to hassle customers either. Oftentimes when doing drop shipping, you will require a phone number. Oops, sorry. I'm actually going to use the email option here. And that is because in order to do marketing to our customers, we want their email address. And if they only give us our phone number, well, SMS marketing is much more expensive than email marketing. So I want their email address for their login. I'm actually going to uncheck this in terms of shipping updates. If we're doing Shopify drop shipping, that's going to be unreliable at best. First name only required for last name, that's probably fine. Company name don't include, optional, required, whatever you like. You can just leave it as not include, and if they're shipping to a company, they can put their company and their full name if they want. That works perfectly fine. Address line 2 is optional. Shipping address, phone number. If you're doing, like I say, AliExpress drop shipping, you're going to want to make that required, or else you're going to have some issues with ordering and that sort of thing. It's going to not be able to automatically order, etc., etc. This is fine. This is fine, leaving as default. Let's see here. You can leave this with do not fulfill the orders automatically. I believe that will, I'm not exactly sure what that does. I can't remember now. I used to know, but I forgot. But I'm pretty sure the fulfillment happens with the de-essers once the order is actually played. So we're going to leave that as it is, I believe. Or is it the other way around? Hang on, I better double check that. No, okay, we're going to want to leave that as don't fulfill. Archive the order, that's fine. I like to pre-select the email marketing option. That way they can uncheck it if they want, but hey, you've got some more opt-ins. You can do it however you like. This is just basically when the visitor is about to complete the checkout and they get asked, do you get special offers and stuff like that from our newsletter? Is this pre-selected by default or not? Whatever you prefer, pre-select. Let's see, abandoned cart emails. Basically, the rest of this should be fine, just as it is. Let's see, so it looks like Facebook has moved their abandoned cart stuff. Now, abandoned cart are good. The thing is about abandoned cart is that, oh, actually, that's neat. I didn't even know that. They've added a whole built-in abandoned cart system. I was using OmniSend, which is my preferred mailer to handle abandoned cart, and you don't need multiple abandoned carts running. And actually it looks like Facebook has this interesting abandoned cart sort of system built in. I'm going to take a quick look here, but basically here we go. They've got a default abandoned cart template set up, and they've got a little workflow that you can kind of work on and edit. Let's do one of these really quick. Why not? Why not? So when the customer abandons cart item, right? When they add items to their cart and they go to initiate checkout and they leave their email address, but they don't complete the purchase. Check if, let's see, there's a little bit of built-in coding logic. You can probably ignore those two things. If the cart total price is more than $0, when do you want to send the first abandoned cart? The default is 10 hours there. If the customer hasn't placed the order after 10 hours, and let's see, how do I zoom here? Oh, here we go, right. Left click or right click and drag. Check if the customer hasn't placed the order, etc. Anyway, you know what, guys? There are a lot of different abandoned cart systems. There's one built in by Shopify. But basically, do this, send email marketing, will send them a message, and here's the default template that they have set up. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a way somewhere to customize that. Yeah, customize this message with Shopify email template. And you can do that, I believe, where is it? Over here maybe now? They've moved things around a little bit on me. Oh yeah, okay, so that leads us to this page where you can go ahead and edit, I believe, the actual content of the mail, and you could potentially add on more abandoned cart recoveries, right? Like if they don't fulfill the order after the 10 hours, send another one, 48 hours later, and continue to try to recover those abandoned carts. Now, I'm not going to get too into the abandoned cart recovery in this course. Instead, let's see. You know what? I'm just going to recommend. I'm going to make a whole other course, honestly, about abandoned. There is a whole course just in abandoned cart recovery, how to tune and craft emails that are just right, that they'll pick up. There's literally a whole course in that. So I'm going to make a whole dedicated course to that. It's kind of too much for this, kind of out of the scope, but there is at least that initial abandoned cart recovery system that's already in place, and that's something better than nothing. That's okay. That'll get you started. And if you want to really, maximize your abandoned cart recovery, well, maybe check out my other course coming soon. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to make a note of that. Hang on. Okay, next up, we need to do our terms of service pages. Never want to do them. Super boring. Got to be done. Actually, very easy. So head on over to our settings section again, and we're looking for. Here it is, right down here. Policies. Luckily, Shopify makes these policies very easy. What's the refund policy? Create from template. What's the privacy policy? Create from template. What's the terms of service? Create from template. Shipping policy. We could write something like, please allow, let's say 7 to 28 days for delivery. Whatever you might want to say about shipping. Let's see here. Might do something like, if there's any problem with your order, we will resend a replacement or refund your purchase. Something like that. You can add to that if you want. I won't get into this right now. Contact information, create from template. That just kind of takes your whatever you typed in to, and then it looks like this is kind of only a European requirement here. These are all just required. The thing about these policies is you need to have them in order sometimes to run ads on like TikTok or Google or etc. They all require a privacy policy. Even if you don't know what the hell your privacy policy says, you need to have it for the regulations of these like platforms that you're going to want to use, like TikTok ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, etc. So basically just do it. Do it and it's done, and that's it. And now the other thing is we are going to want to make sure that our policies also appear on our website. So the easiest thing to do is get those into the footer. Luckily, this is also very easy to do. Let's head back over to, how are we doing again? Oh yeah, right. We're going to head on over to Online Store, Navigation, and we're going to take a look at our footer menu. Sorry, I'm going to, you know what? I was going a little fast. I'm going to slow that down. Online Store, I just do this. I've done this so many times, man. It's just like, it's just habit. Anyway, Online Store, Navigation, footer menu. The search is by default in the footer menu, as you can see somewhere down here. We've got a search. Yeah, it's here nor there. Whatever. Search. I'm actually going to delete the search. I don't care about having a search in my footer menu, but I am going to add menu item, and we're going to do pages, policies. There we go. Policies. Contact information. Great. Add it. Facebook really, not Facebook, Shopify really makes this so easy. Next policy, privacy policy. Add it. Easy. Next policy, refund policy. Add it. You might want to adjust the refund policy to your actual refund policy, whatever you want to tell people there. I'm just doing this kind of quick here for the moment. Shipping policy. There we go. Shipping policy. And contact information is only necessary in the EU. I'm going to leave that out because I probably am not really going to be targeting the EU. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and save that menu. And when I do so, it should appear down here in the footer. And that is fine. That will satisfy. There we go. Quick links and info are actually both down here. Now that is, I believe, something set up in the theme. We don't. It seems a bit redundant. We don't need those both. But we're gonna take a look at the theme in just a minute here. Next up at the top, you should have a contact page also by default, catalog, home, etc. Some of these other things, shopping cart, image banner. There's the one item that I added to the cart, and a bunch of other stuff. Let's now, I think the last thing we need to do here is go ahead and customize our theme a bit. Right, go ahead and customize our theme. Under themes, you will find a button called customize. Makes sense, right? Click that one and we'll head into theme customization settings, which opens up to a live view of your shop, and you can basically navigate around here to do some things. Now the default theme, Dawn, is pretty good. There's nothing wrong with that. You can absolutely start with the Dawn theme, or you can purchase a theme from the Shopify theme store. Let's go with Dawn. Dawn is good. There's nothing wrong with Dawn. You can always change your theme later without too much hassle. Your products will still be in your store. Everything will still be the same. You can swap the theme around. And there needs to be a little tweaks here and there sometimes, but if you want to change your mind later, that's fine. Let's go ahead and add a nice banner image. Let's get sort of an initial setup going, and then I think we're going to call this a course completion. So let's go ahead and on the left of our home page, as you can see up here, we're at our home page. We're going to be able to navigate around different pages here, but we're going to start with our home page because that's a nice place to start. So home page. Let's start with the image banner. Why not? Okay, so I am going to go ahead and change the first image. Now this, I believe is, let's see. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and replace that. Sorry, what am I even doing here? Select image. That's what I'm doing, and I'm going to upload the image that I want. Select the image from my computer. Give that a moment to upload. There we go. That's maybe not the best banner image, but that's where I'm starting with for now. For the sake of this tutorial, that's where I'm starting with for now. You can adjust some things like your banner height. That did seem quite big to me. I like smaller a little bit better. That kind of makes more sense. We can also do some things like over here is our image banner title rather. So the heading can be adjusted here. Welcome to Welcome to academia. Welcome to academia. And then we'll go maybe medium size, large size, small size. Yeah. Let's see. And then this next little part here, you can just click right up here and type something else that you might. If you want to remove it, you can just delete it. Right? Just leave it simple and say nothing. And actually, I kind of like that. Looks kind of better to me. And then buttons right here. Browse our shop. Browse our shop. Something like that. And that then what you can do over here is you can decide where that link goes to. Right now, the default is all products. That's a reasonable place to go, but if you wanted to go to a specific collection, I believe you can, yeah, there we go, select a specific collection. Now we haven't actually set up collections or done much in terms of product setup. I guess maybe we could cover that, but let's first work on this a bit. Let's see. So let's just go to all products here again. That's fine, and that's all pretty good. The playing around with the themes in Shopify is just kind of a little bit of playing around. Different themes have different options, and you can kind of see what works for you. Like I didn't know what that was, but it puts a little outline on the button. Whether I like that or not, you can just kind of play around with that. And again, so what we've got here is elements on the left, right? You can choose to hide those elements if you want, like so. If you just want to show your products up at the top. Or if you want to have that section there, you can leave it there. If you want to delete that section and just get rid of it, you can go ahead and remove it. Let's see. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and remove that one for now. So we've also got this featured product collection right here. Again, if you want to remove that, you could just remove that. Or you can choose which collection you want to feature here by selecting which collection you want to feature. Now we haven't set up any collections in our shop. Again, we'll talk about that maybe in just a minute. So for now, we only have the default homepage collection. I guess that's fine. Everything goes into the homepage default collection by default. So, that kind of makes sense. How many products do you want to show? Right now, there's only one product. Maybe we should make that a little bit easier to understand. You know what I'm going to do for the sake of visual learning? I'm just going to duplicate this product a couple of times so that we can show, that I can show some things to you guys just to make things a little bit more understandable. So I'm just going to quickly duplicate this product. It'll be the same image for everyone, but hopefully you guys understand that this is just kind of an example. I'm going to need to now, let's see, change collection. I believe if I now select the, you know what, I'm just going to give this a refresh. That's what I'm going to do. All right, there we go. Lazy man's way of showing you guys. These ones didn't get their images uploaded. You're just going to have to use your imagination that there's actually an image there. But you could do, for example, how many products you want to show. Only 3. How many do you want to show per row? Right, if you only want to do 1 per row, there you go. There's 1 per row. If you only want to do 2 per row, there's 2 per row. Right, or how many do you want to show maximum? Let's show 4 maximum. And you can kind of tailor your homepage around. Oh, I gotta move my head out of the way. Sorry, guys. There you go. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. We'll put me here. All right. So yeah, basically, I was just using these little sliders to show the maximum number of products, how many to show, and there are also anytime you want, you can switch over here from desktop to mobile view, right? And there is often an option in themes to show how many, see, there's your mobile layout, what you want for mobile layout. I might want that to be 1 instead of 2. That way my desktop layout looks like that, right? But my mobile layout is individual, right? I might want my desktop to show 3 per row. Just have them a little bit smaller, or 4 per row, right? Let's do 4 per row. 4 per row on desktop, and then 1 per row on mobile. So those are some configuration options. And basically what I recommend, I could probably spend, 5 hours going in, to the small details of theme customization. I don't want to necessarily do that, but what I recommend is that you just kind of look around all the different sections in your theme, go through them one by one, right? There's a collage that they give you as a default. I don't need that. I'm just going to hide that from mine. There's a video. You can insert a product promo there if you want. I don't need that. I'm going to hide that from mine. A multi-column sort of text-based thing. Don't need that. I'm going to hide that from mine. But let's say you want something else that they haven't put there by default. What you would do is you would go to the add section down here. And let's move my head. And you could add a different something. Right, there's a lot of different options that you can add to your homepage theme or to any other page in your store, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But let's say, for example, you want to add a featured product. There we go, featured product. What product do you want to feature? In this case, we only have 1 product in our store, but let's say I want to do that one. There we go, there's our featured product. And of course, each little section over here we'll have a bunch of sub configuration options over here. So when we have this one selected like this, or say this one selected like that, you can see all of the options for that little block change over here, right? So when you've got that selected, you're editing the featured collection block. You can also, for example, drag this around like so, right? So say you want your featured product to appear at the top of the page. There's our featured product at the top of the page. And there's our featured collection below now. I'm going to actually delete a couple of these because they're kind of in our way and we don't need them. Just go ahead and remove section, remove section. There's the video, remove that section. That's a little bit clearer to understand, right? So featured product. And you can do a bunch of things over here too, right? Like let's say you don't want your featured product to show the variant picker on the home page or the quantity selector. You just want it to show the price and not the share buttons, right? So you want people to, and you can actually even go in further and modify the buy button. You don't want the add to cart. Let's say you show dynamic buy buttons. You can get rid of the buy right now and just have the add to cart. So basically all you need to do when you're trying to customize all the different elements of your theme, and this takes a little while to do really well, though that being said, out of the box it'll work pretty well as well. But if you want to start tweaking the layout and stuff, and that is sort of often important in creating a very high converting theme, there's a whole course there though in creating a very high converting Shopify theme. The default one, not too bad, but there's always room to improve. And what I recommend is going through all of these little sections and trying to decide what you want until you're happy with your homepage. Let's switch back to desktop view. Another important thing that you might want to do is change your logo. There we go. Let's go to header, default logo. So this is everything below the header. Up here is the header, right? So we might say something like, instead of welcome to our store, which is what it says up here, right? Welcome to our store, we might say free shipping on carts over four items, right? Might need to change the theme of that a little bit. There we go, it stands out a little bit better. Accent 1, accent 2. There's a few built-in themes, a few different color schemes in there. Now, if you were not happy with the size of this font, which is honestly kind of ridiculous, you could go ahead, and oftentimes this is also something important to point out, if you click on any certain section, it'll bring up that section on the right, and you can do something like adjust the heading size, for example, because that's way too big, right? And now that's a lot better. And you can do that on the left, you can often do that on the right, and you can find the specific thing you're looking for, and you can adjust it sort of more visually, I guess you could say, right? Whew, all right, where are we? So we've got our announcement bar, we've got our free shipping. You can add multiple announcements if you want to kind of have like a ticker tape scrolling announcement bar up at the top. If you add another one in there, that's what it'll do. You can also change your logo right up here from the header. Change logo, select image. I'm just going to choose this for now. It's not a great logo selection because it's just a little square, but hey, I'm just going to show you guys for now so you can get the idea. You can do things like say, hey, I want my logo a little bigger. I also want, for example, the difference from the desktop and the mobile version to be different. So here's the mobile logo position. Do you want it centered? Do you want it left, right? So again, switching over to mobile view. Do you want it centered? Do you want it to the left, right? There's the mobile configuration. So mobile and desktop configuration both should be paid attention to, and they're kind of done separately. You just have to look around for where to set that up if you want to make any tweaks to that. You can also do something like enable sticky header on let's see, sticky header for mobile, sticky header for desktop. Those are often two different things. But it will, let's see, enable sticky header for main menu. I think that's probably showing for the mobile version. Well, I don't know why that header's not stickying, but you can play around with all this stuff. I don't want to take forever on theme customization, but I will kind of conclude in showing you also that you can jump around to the different sections of your store. So this is the home page, right? But if you want to make some changes to the way that your product pages look, you can do so here. Let's see, so basically we've got the product price, product selection, title, text. In some cases, you won't be able to modify things in a theme. You just won't, which is unfortunate. In this case, it looks like I can't actually edit this part here. There is one more section where you can also customize theme settings. Here we go, theme settings, typography, and then, for example, I believe you can change the font and various other things here as well. Font scale, somewhere in here. Anyway, like I say, you guys are going to have to just kind of poke around until you find anything you might want to change, and do it in that way. Theme customization is kind of a masterclass. If you really want to get specifically nuancy, you might want to purchase a different theme. You might want to download a different free theme. You might want to hire a theme designer to make changes. This is, like I say, kind of outside of the scope of this course. But like I say, if you start poking around, this is what I do. I just poke around until I find what I'm looking for. You just take your time, poke around, and see what you need to change, where you need to change it. Certain configurations, for example, like the buy buttons here. Do you want to show the dynamic buttons? Usually, it's not a good idea to show dynamic buttons. Add to cart is better. Do you want to show these variant selectors as little buttons like that, or do you want to have them as a single drop down? In this case, I think the little pills are a little better. And again, depending on what theme you're using, this is going to be slicker, more clunky looking, easier to use, harder to use. Theme investigation and research is kind of its own specific area of optimization, but the default theme is not too bad. I kind of wish they let me make this smaller. I don't know where that option is, but it might be somewhere. I use a different theme myself. I use one called Prestige, and it's a very nice theme to use. It's a few $100s, so it's kind of expensive. But if you guys want to use a very nice theme, Prestige is one I can definitely recommend. Let's get out of here. Let's be done with customization for now.